Hey, welcome to Set Your Day with Dr. J. Man, I'm excited that you're here. We're going to be talking today about learned hopelessness. That's right. Don't let learned hopelessness beat you. It beats a lot of great people who should have won, but unfortunately, they get beat by this demon that ends up stopping them. Hey, my name is Dr. Keith Johnson. I am a success strategist, and that's what my goal is, to move you into the most successful season of your life. So come on in, like, share, post down below. We'd love to hear from you. And let's talk about my new book before we get started here, Financial Fast Track. I hope you've got it. My wife and I, we bought the first copies right off the press, and we're sewing them into your life. Financial Fast Track. If there's ever a time right now where you need to get serious about your money, if there's ever a time where you need to learn how to accelerate the amount of income you are making in your life, it is now. This gives you the strategies. 3 years. 3 years. All you got to do to get the book is just post book down below in the comment section, and my Fast Track robot will lead you to the promised land where you can get the book. You just pay shipping and handling. But listen, I'm telling you, 3 years. The strategies that I give in here that I learned, 2002, worst year of my life. I learned 7 strategies that quickly got me out of the worst financial conditions of my entire life. $180,000 in credit card debt, living with my mother-in-law, no money in the bank. I mean, I owed $20,000 more on my car than what it was worth. No opportunities. I mean, everything fell apart. Financial devastation. Hardest year of my life, best year of my life. I learned 7 principles to turn it around. And in 3 years, we destroyed all the debt without going bankrupt. And the amazing thing was, we moved into our dream house. What was it, 7,000 square foot dream house? Just 3 years. That's why I call it fast, man. Everybody else, so many people, not everybody, but so many people preaching like, you got to take the long strategy, 40 years. Hey, I'm telling you, that strategy, you do that, you'll get run over by change. You're going to lose. Slow people in this season that we're in, this decade that we're in, slow people end up losing. Man, you need fast strategy. So go on over to financialfasttrack.com. Get your copy while they last. So I want to talk to you about learned hopelessness. What is learned hopelessness, right? Because if you allow it to creep into your heart, it'll beat you. It'll beat you down so bad that you'll do one thing. You'll settle. And there's so many people who've been beat by this, who have settled in their life and taken on a victim mentality. What is learned hopelessness? Hopelessness basically says, I've tried. Nothing seems to be working out. So why even, come on, fill in the blank. So why even try? That's learned hopelessness. When you've reached that point, you've been beaten by learned hopelessness. Now, I believe in the underdog advantage. And what you got to understand is that most of us weren't raised with what we call the silver spoon, right? We the majority of us weren't raised in an advantaged home. Most of us are all underdogs, right? We had things bad happen to us in our life. Life has punched many of you in the face. And so I've been talking about it's actually an advantage to be an underdog. Now, many people look at me and they say, well, look at you, and you can look at where I'm at right now and think, wow, he's just got everything. He's a doctor. Well, he's got good looks. Well, he's got the cars. He's got this. He's got that. And you can look at my books. You can look at where that I spoke all over the world. You can look at all this stuff on the outside, and you can think, well, he's an advantaged guy. He has the advantage. No, I've always been the underdog. That's right. And you know what? Now that I look back at it, I'm glad I was the underdog. I'm glad that the odds were against me ever being where I'm at. Listen, I flunked kindergarten. That's where I started. I flunked kindergarten. Did you flunk kindergarten? No. Did you have a teacher walk in and tell you you are a slow learner and then believe that you were stupid and told yourself you are stupid? So because you told yourself you're stupid, by the time you were in the fifth grade, you couldn't read and you could barely write. Fifth grade. Why? Because I told myself I'm stupid. That's why I tell people, don't let somebody else's opinion of you determine your opinion of yourself. Wow, don't ever do that. I did it. Told myself I was stupid up to the fifth grade. And the teacher found it out, got me a tutor, helped me along. And I had a lot of things. My parents got a divorce. My dad went off and became a Harley Davidson guy, part of this motorcycle club called Satan's Escorts. It is a bad to the bone Harley Davidson motorcycle club. And he all those guys have a nickname. My dad's nickname was Drunk. Why do you think they nicknamed him Drunk? Yeah, you got it, because he's drunk all the time. Now that's pretty bad. I mean, how low can you get? If you think about it, I mean, you're in a Harley Davidson motorcycle club. What do? You party, you drink, and out of all the partiers, you get named the Drunk. Wow, man, that was my dad, right? It wasn't Leave It to Beaver's dad, I didn't have Leave It to Beaver's dad. No, I didn't have the little dad with the black suit, white shirt, and a black tie. No, I had a Harley Davidson, motorcycle guy as my dad, it's what he did. He partied, got drunk, and didn't live the most ideal look up to life in the world. Lived in poverty, that was it. I lived with my mom, and then she went and married an alcoholic who was abusive to her, abusive to us, just not a very, very toxic environment, to say the least. I mean, I've seen some really crazy stuff as a kid, lots of trauma and lots of loneliness, because I remember a lot of times being left at home all alone. I mean, where's everybody at? I mean, it's 10 o'clock. My parents are out partying. I mean, I don't have any recollections of my family sitting down and say, "Hey, did you do your homework?" Hey, let's sit down. Let's do your homework together. No, that type of environment was not my environment at all. I remember having lights, electric shut off because of the winter time. I mean, I wasn't raised in like this super advantaged home. I had to go mow grass and do work, which I'm not putting all that down. I think some kids ought to get out there and, dear God, I haven't seen a 16-year-old or 17-year-old kid out working, mowing grass or picking weeds or something. You don't see that anymore. Zero. I mean, that's what I walked up and down the block, man. Hey, can I mow your grass? Can I trim your, what can I do? Can I wash your car? I do anything. So what? I get some money, go buy some clothes for the new school year. And so when you look at my life and even up till the time I was 23 years old, gave my life to Christ, God turned my life around, showed me I'm going to speak all over the world. And the first book I really took serious about reading was the Bible. But even at that point, I couldn't really comprehend. When I would read a word, I couldn't comprehend it. I remember reading Joshua 1:8. This book of the law shall not depart from your mouth, but you shall meditate in it day and night and observe all that is written. Then you will make your way prosperous and you will have success in life. I remember the first time reading that word prosperous. I'm trying to pronounce it out. Prosperous. I didn't even know what that meant. What does that mean? But I started looking at that scripture and I read it over and over and over and over and over and over again. I took it literally and I read it every single day. All right, man, if I just read this scripture right here, but that's how I was back then. I'm gonna read this thing every day. That's why I can just right off the top, just quote it all the time. It's my favorite scripture. That's why I say, success is your spiritual and moral obligation before God. God told that to Joshua. Read. Your key to success is in a book. And wow, I started to grab onto that. And so you see my upbringing. I left Ball State University, came down to Florida with $800 in my pocket, my motorcycle, because I had a motorcycle crash. Came down to a place that I'd never been to. Well, that I shouldn't say I'd never been to before. Came down to a totally strange place. I didn't know much then. I just felt like I had to get out of the environment that I was in. Came down to Florida with $800 in my pocket. No car. I didn't even have a car. 23 years old, $800 in my pocket. And I came down to Florida, knew nobody. Zero. And I came down to Florida. And yet, I had the underdog's advantage. Because you know what? I saw successful people. I saw millionaires and said, I want to be that. I want to be that. I saw another way of living, said, I want that. And I started working towards that and doing what it takes. It's called work. Woo, 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 woo. Work. You can win. You can win. But here's what I'll tell you. Here's what I'll tell you. The only place that work comes first, only place where success becomes first is in the dictionary. Right? It's work produces success. I just saw a list of the new list of billionaires. You know what? There's a whole bunch of them on there that are migrants, that started off as migrants. They were underdogs. You know, so many people around here, they get mad, well, oh, these people from Mexico come over here and take our jobs, and they get mad, right? But what do you know about them? Oh, here comes a crew of Mexicans. What do you know about them? I know you got it. Just get away from the surface stuff. What do you know about them? Here comes a crew of Mexicans. Here's what you know about them. They're going to be here first thing in the morning when the sun rises. And guess what? They're going to work all day long until the sun goes down. And they hustle. They don't take, they're hard workers. What do? They outwork the competition. They might not be the best looking. They might not be the tallest people on the planet. They may not be the smartest. They might not have the highest IQ, right? They may not have been born in the perfect environment, which they weren't. They were born in abject poverty. But they come over here. Stop your attitude. Stop your attitude. But they come over here because they're hungry, because they want something more. And they come over here, and they haven't learned hopelessness stop them. And they work, and they push themselves. And they're not lazy. Now, I'm not saying that they're all perfect, because there's a group of them who are just a bunch of alcoholics, and they're working basically to feed their addictions. I mean, there's a group of them that are like that. I'm not saying that, but I want you to grasp the concept is that you've got to realize you can't quit on yourself. You can't get into learned hopelessness. I've done everything that I can do. And you've got to see, I want you to see me not as this guy that I just fell right into it naturally. No. That's not how I started. But I'll tell you, you can ask my spiritual father, John Kelly, and you can ask people who know me. They said, man, that dude Keith, man, he works, man. I've never seen. I mean, John Kelly said it. He said, Keith, I've never seen anybody work as hard as you. I've never seen anybody. So I tell my young little nephews, they look at my cars and think they're cool, in my house and my watches and stuff and my clothes. They say, man, we want that. I'm like, don't want my possessions more than you want my principles. So they think it's a cool because I say, okay, we got a men's club. We got men, we're men. And I start teaching them my principles. I teach them principles. I said, love the principles that I teach. Fall in love with those, because those will get you all of this. Thank you for joining me here today. I want you to know, I don't care where you are in life. I don't care where you are in life. You got to take on you are advantaged if you are an underdog. it's really an advantage that you have, because people who are born or raised with privilege, usually they lack passion. They lack passion. They lack that inner hunger, that inner drive that says, I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to outwork you, out hustle you. I may not have the advantage of different things, whatever you may label that advantage as. You know, some people say, I'm not the right color skin. Some people say, I don't have the advantage of the best looks. I don't have the advantage of being raised in a great home. I didn't have the advantage of someone giving me $1 million to start my company. I don't have the advantage of, you fill in the blank, whatever it is with you. But you should be saying, good. Good. Now I've been blessed by God to be part of the people who aren't advantaged. Now I have an advantage. That's right. I'm gonna tell you, you got to light those fires back up. Get rid of learned hopelessness. Learned hopelessness. Don't get into that. I've tried everything. Why even try? No. Get out there and have a migrant mentality. That's what I'm telling you. You just keep going and you keep going and you keep pushing and you keep pushing, and you don't quit on you. You don't quit on your dreams. You don't quit on yourself. And you keep pushing and you keep pushing and you keep knocking. Like Jesus said, he says, ask, seek, and knock. You keep asking, you keep seeking, you keep knocking, and the door will be open to you. Eventually, you will win the fight against the billions of people who have already lost the fight. They gave in to learned hopelessness. And so what they become addicted to entertainment. When you're in learned hopelessness, you move into coping mechanisms, watching TV. You think a migrant watches much TV when he works from sunrise to sundown? I don't think so. Well, I just want to go find me a 9-to-5 job. Oh yeah, well you're doomed to poverty the rest of your life. I just want the weekends off. Wake up. Wake up. Would you please? First of all, you're violating the Bible. I believe the Bible. I'm a God-fearing person. Oh, good. Work 6 days a week. Hello. It's what the good book says. Work 6 days and take a day off. I know I'm ranting, but man, you got to get after you. I mean, your future's expensive. You don't have time to lay around watching TV and playing video games and surfing the internet. You don't have time for that, man. We got work to do. We got a future to build. Man, the future's going to be expensive, and you're going to be sitting around going to be complaining, saying, why is gas so expensive? Why is food so expensive? You think it's bad now. Mm-hmm. Boy, oh boy. If you start studying what's going on in the world, we're going to have flying cars, ladies and gentlemen. How much do you think? No, yeah, you say, is that the Jetsons? Yes. And it's not far off. The cars are already made. Israel's already made the flying car. It's just a matter of time now. You think, oh, electric cars is a big. Now, man, we're going to be going into flying cars. We're going to be seeing about 20. They're saying 10 to 20 years. Now you got to buy a flying car. Oh, how much does that cost? That's what I'm saying, man. You don't have time to sit around, be lazy, and haul around and live in mediocrity and be comfortable in middle class, the great compromise. Man, you got to get going, get yourself going, and wake up and shake yourself. And let this inflation crisis do something inside of you that says, I can't play with my money no more. I got to fix this thing. Some of you ought to join 83K Academy. That's where I'm training world-class consultants, coaches, speakers, authors, how to create $1 million businesses online, how to do this. And all you got to do is post down below 83K if you're interested. We're taking applications right now. Man, you gotta, and I say, well, how do I leave my job? Well, you work your job, then you got to build a business. Work your job from 9 to 5 if that's what you got. But start building your business. Get home, eat dinner, then start working on building your business from 8 to midnight. Not watching TV, watching the news, getting mad at whoever. Putin or getting mad at Biden. Whoever you're getting mad at, I don't know. Or Trump, whoever you're getting mad at. You know, what's that serve you? Zero. Wasting your time. Well, I'm ranting now. Now it's a half an hour into this show. I'm out of here. I hope you enjoyed it. Hey, what we always do, go up and share at the top. I'm just here to tell you, there's a winner inside of you. Go out into your day. Know that you were born to win. The greater one is within you. Don't buy into hopelessness. You keep pushing. You keep putting the pressure on the resistance. And guess what? Persistence will wear out resistance, and you will be the breakthrough champion that God's called you to be. And then they will name you like the wild horse that won the Kentucky Derby. They'll call you Strike It Rich. Oh, he striked it rich. No, you didn't see what I was doing in the background. You didn't see the work, the effort, the training, the discipline. And you'll rise to the top, my friend. Okay? Stay with it. Don't quit on yourself or quit on your dreams. Stay with it. That's what faith is all about. God bless you. Post down below if you've enjoyed this. And till we meet again Monday at 7 a.m. And join us on Sunday morning. Sunday morning, we do church. Sunday morning church. Of course, I'm thinking, my Dr. J today's church almost every day. Anyway, hey, have a good one, everybody. Good to see Mary. Hey, Mary. Helen's been joining on with us every morning. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Who else is there? Brenda. Oh, Brenda. You need to be listening to, you need to go back, Brenda, every day this week. It's just gold nuggets for your book, Brenda. Oh, Brenda. Yeah. Sherry, good to see you, Sherry. Good to see you, Sherry. All right, we'll talk to everybody later. Those of you who watch by replay, hit hashtag replay. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you, all of our people on